Okay, well, we started off with the Machai. Okay, real nice blade. I ain't got really anything bad to say about this blade. Then we stepped up to the Ronin Shinto, and this blade in a lot of ways sets the standard for me. What a nice piece of kit, right? Great piece of kit. Today we're gonna unbox the Horkos. I know it's got an H there, but it's silent. So let's get to it. Knife. And a little pamphlet, product catalog, and the sticker. So, sort of a common theme from the other unboxings. So there we go. I don't know if they make a Kydex sheath for this guy or not, but let's get it unsnapped. We'll get that guy pulled out. I don't know how well you guys can see because of the sun, but there she is. Now we'll set this off to the side, and this thing feels every bit as good, in both grips, whether you're back on it or whether you're choking up on it for those feather sticks and fine work. This thing feels absolutely amazing. This one's actually quite a bit sharper than the Ronin Shinto when it came in. They actually spent some time on this one. This is S35 VN. My only complaint is I wish, and you guys might not be able to see it, I wish their logo was sort of burned in like on the Ronin Shinto instead of just like laser etched. I wish they would have burnt it down in so that if you ever refinish this, you don't lose the logo. But I'm sure they would probably reprint it for you if you sent it back. The grip, the actual micarta feels great. It's just a fantastic piece. Really fantastic piece. Now, we have sort of the Holy Trinity here. The trifecta, if you will, of knives, as far as Spartan goes anyway. We have a silver line or entry line. Then we have two of the, I guess they call them gold line. Moving down here, and I said this in the beginning of this video, the only thing that I think the Machai needs is just a much bigger finger choil for getting up on it. Switch positions here. But yeah, pretty much the only thing I think the Machai needs, and I actually want an even bigger finger choil on mine, which I'll grind in sometime, But the Machai, I actually hate when they do this silver, bronze, gold, because the Machai is every bit as good as the other two. The steel on the Machai is real good. Holds an edge well. But S35, S45, no issues there. It's just a really good knife. Really good knife. Well, I'm gonna tell you something right now. With this portion, you are not starting any fires with the fire steel. You're gonna have to go to this portion because they really beveled the edge on this side. And let's see. Yep, I got it. So, test one. We're not gonna start a fire today, but can we get sparks off this knife? So we're gonna start up here. It's the only place we can. Nope. Nope. So we're already off to a bad start in my book. If we can't get any fire, sparks off a knife, it's not a very good wood knife. But nope. It definitely ain't gonna, because of that that 45 they put up there. So with this knife, I'm sorry to say it, but you're not gonna get any so you're gonna have to carry with you a little striker. So we're off to a bad start right there. And I'm not gonna put this up against belt sander to rough that edge up. But definitely off to a bad start. Nope. Well, that's kind of a bummer, because I most likely won't carry it near as much as I will the Shinto. Now, even their low level, now I did modify this. There you go. And it's possible maybe my fire steel needs a little attention. It's got quite the issues with it. It's knobby, but that's not all a knife has to do, right? We still got to baton some stuff. do some feather sticking. This is all live, so we don't want to goof with that. I don't know if I've got anything around me. So let's go get some stuff and we'll put this thing to work a little bit, okay? Still feels great in the hand though. Really locks you in. All right, let's collect some stuff and we'll put this to work. Okay, so if you haven't seen my video yet on this Fisker saw, man, you might want to check that out. It's a nice piece. Here's a piece of wood. We're on a rock. We're just gonna kind of set that there. Well, that was pretty quick. There we go. So, no problems there. You know, getting the job done on that. But did you think it wouldn't be able to do it? Edge is still good. So, let's see. Let's get this here. Let's try to feather this up a little bit. I'll tell you how I like to feather. I like to sort of stick the knife in something and just sort of draw that wood. But you get a lot more control and leverage. But this wood is just so hard. It's doing it. But I'll tell you what, you really appreciate the recurve of the Ronin Shinto because it really gets in there. But we're having no problems there feathering that out. Real nice tip in case you want to do some notch work. You want to kind of get down in there and really do some fine notch working. Now, I don't know how well you guys are seeing this, but I can get that tip right in there. You know? Create little notches. Just kind of keep working that material out. Yeah. Just work that up and, you know, so all in all, well, I still have to use it some more. The handle, the feel, the finger choil, the sort of beveled edge up here on the back of the spine, and it all feels great. This knife feels every bit as good as the Shinto. And I'm not including the Machai in this because I had to modify that finger choil. But if you did modify the finger choil, made it bigger, it feels as good. They all just feel great. Tools, not toys. In Spartan's case, knives with intent. And that's true. Just have to figure out how to get some sparks off my fire stick, but yeah. Once you get down so small, it just breaks loose. But all right, guys, that's initial impressions are very good. Another nice piece of kit. Hopefully we get a Kydex holster for this, and yeah, we can get to using it. So with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.